bitch, and welcome back to another video of me talking about people I hate. Pro riders really are their own worst enemies. It's the best thing ever, actually. I've started really liking them. Nobody else will be to blame for horse riding being removed from the Olympics except for pro riders, because they are doing the best job of destroying their reputations and making everyone hate them. These people hate their horses. This is not a mistake. This is not, these people just need to go to therapy. Stop. People who hate horses treat horses this way. This is not a mistake. This is not, oh, I lost my temper. Girl, please, I've lost my temper around horses and I don't go on a beating rampage. These people hate animals. They use animals as machinery to get what they want, to get their little ribbons, to get their little trophies, and then they throw their animals away when they're no longer doing what they need them to do anymore.
I would say to you that if you buy a horse that's got good conformation, has a good temperament, has good paces, and you love him, you will become a loser.
So today we are talking about the latest pro rider to expose themselves, and this is Heath Ryan. For those of you who don't know, because you kind of shouldn't, this guy's very forgettable and he's not even that good of a pro rider, but he is technically an Australian Olympic rider. He's also an equestrian coach, and he was essentially exposed at the beginning of June for, get this, whipping a horse 42 times. 42 times. Literally insane. And the most surprising thing is that the horse does not react to being whipped 42 times, which shows you how conditioned to abuse that this horse actually is by this guy. He definitely has done this many times before and to other horses as well. And that just goes to show you how crazy this situation is, because a normal horse that's not abused will react to something like this very negatively and strongly. And it's really sad, but it's not surprising. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, no, you're supposed to be a role model. Stop. These people are not role models. They've never been role models. I mean, please, anybody that's going to look up to an Olympian that placed 34 out of 47. Okay. In response to this video being released, Equestrian Australia provisionally suspended Ryan from all competitions and events. They cited deep concerns over the treatment of the horse and emphasized their commitment to animal welfare. Yeah. How many organizations say that they have a commitment to animal welfare, but yet they just provisionally suspend these people? We actually don't care. We just have to make the public think that we care. And you know why I say that, you guys? Andre Helgestrand and Charlotte Dujardin. You know how long they were suspended for? 1 year. Andre Helgestrand is literally competing again, and no one cares. They're just doing provisional suspensions on riders that get exposed, so people think that they care. What's the most hilarious thing about this situation, though, is Heath Ryan's response. Oh, it is so good. Oh my goodness, the most awful video of me on a young horse has just surfaced. This horse was dropped off at my place on his way to the knackery. Right out of the gate. I'm actually saving him by continuing and furthering his abuse. Keep in mind, this guy is 66 years old. Yeah, his name is Nico. He was 6 years of age, a beautiful type. He was genetically a result of my best stallions of all, which were successful in Grand Prix dressage. So Nico was a beautifully bred horse. I love that. Nico belonged to a wonderful family friend who had been put in hospital in intensive care by Nico. Prior to this really bad accident, Nico had always been a problem child and would just stop. We have to demonize the horse right out of the gate. Not the fault of any human being that had any interactions with this horse. It's the horse. Did I tell you guys that he was just born bad? This gradually got worse and worse until the accident. The owner of Nico and my friend is a diminutive lady and 100% not capable of being physically aggressive in any way. Nico, before he came to me, always had the best of best homes. He wanted for nothing nothing. He was in wonderful condition. I don't understand this guy's grammar. He's literally 66. Like, how am I not able to follow what you're saying when you're 66 years old? He was in wonderful condition. He was always rugged, had his own paddock. He was regularly ridden, and he was loved. That does not negate abuse. Giving an animal food, water, and shelter does not mean that it gives you a free pass to abuse them. Here's the question. If a beautiful 6-year-old horse turns up at your facility and it was bred by your stallion and it belonged to a lifelong friend of yours who had been put in the hospital in intensive care by this horse, would you just send it to the knackery? Well, I didn't. And I felt obligated to be this horse's savior because I'm Jesus Christ. I'm just kidding. I added that. To the horse to just have a look and see if it was possibly salvageable. Well, did I get a shock? And so the video. I would have never ridden anything like it. I am so sad this was caught on video. I'm so sad. I'm so sad that my actions were caught and now I'm being held accountable. It's so sad. If I had been thinking of myself, I would have immediately just gotten off and sent Nico to the knackery. I should have been thinking about myself. I should have just sent him to the slaughterhouse. That video was a life or death moment for Nico, and of that I was very aware. I felt I genuinely had to try my hardest to see if Nico would consider other options. I'm Jesus Christ. I'm here to save this horse. Anyway, by the end of that initial ride, I did feel Nico was responding. I rode Nico for another couple of days and he responded very well and started to go without the use of excessive driving aids. Oh my God, I love this. I love when people abuse animals and then they say, but it actually worked. It's okay I abused him, because it worked. That's what that means. We should all beat our horses, because it works. Then I called up another friend of mine who is also a Grand Prix dressage rider. Ooh, appeal to authority. Appeal to authority, you guys. Who is always watching out for a special horse, but has very limited resources. I disclosed the whole story, but said that I thought if Nico could find the right home, I thought he was a good horse, and maybe a very good horse. So Nico went to a new home. Well, it turned out to be brilliant, and the posted video is Nico thriving in a loving and competitive home with an exciting future. All of this transpired sincerely with the horse's best interests, the sole consideration. Isn't it so good that I beat him? Isn't it so good? Unbelievably, it was so successful for everyone except me with the release of this video. Oh my God. What can I say? If you think I did that flippantly, you're wrong. I hated reaching out in those moments to Nico and asking the hard questions. No, I hated it. I hated it so much. I did it 42 times. That was the last place I wanted to be. I have never before ridden a horse that reacted like that, and I certainly will never do it again. Was it worth it? Well, not for me. However, I'm very happy for Nico. I need to add that this happened about 2 years ago, and the video has been posted by an unhappy ex-employee. No, it's always the ex-employee. Like, what does your ex-employee have to do with any of this? It's still you in the video. Who cares? Oh, an unhappy ex-employee? I don't care. I don't care if it was a passerby. I don't care if it was like your ex-wife who hates you. It's still you in the video doing it. It doesn't negate anything. All I can say is that this awful video was collateral damage of me from the bottom of my heart launching a rescue mission. I saved the horse by beating it. And you don't get that. Jesus Christ. You know, the thing I love the most about this statement is that it implies that this is the only time he's ever done this, which is absolutely unequivocally not true, given how this horse reacted to being whipped. Again, going back to what I said at the beginning of the video, a horse that has never been whipped is going to be very violent when they react to a violent act being perpetrated against them. If you took Link and you started beating him even one time with a whip, my horse would be shocked and appalled and probably have a very extreme reaction to being hit with a whip, because I never hit my horse, ever. This is not a normal response for an animal. I want people to know that. Most horses do not react this way to being beat 42 times. The fact that this horse was just so chill about it and relatively calm shows how conditioned to this horse is. My favorite thing about this whole situation, though, is not this guy, because obviously he has less than 2 brain cells to rub together and an IQ in the single digits, so there's no reasoning with people like this. But my favorite thing is the fact that FEI and Equestrian Australia literally just did a provisional suspension, which basically means that they're going to pretend like they care until the smoke blows over, and they're not actually going to do anything about this, which is hilarious because this is what they do with every single rider. So people really need to wake up. This video is not about Heath Ryan because he's as forgettable as he looks. They are all evil people. They're evil. They hate animals. That's just how it is. These people would not treat horses this way if they actually had 1 ounce of care or respect for them at all. This is not, oh, they need to go to therapy. These are bad people. These are bad people. They know what they're doing, and they've been doing this for decades. This guy's 66. Do you think this is the first time that he's done this? No. So, my petition, again, is in the description down below. Everyone should go sign it. We need to get riding removed from the Olympics. That's the only way you're going to save and protect these horses from pro riders. These people are not equestrians. They don't care about horses. They're the only ones responsible for their own demise because they hate horses. And we need to be the voices for all of these horses that are being exploited by these evil people. Thank you to everybody who has signed my petition, by the way. Love that. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I will see you in my next video, which will be my unsolved and unkempt. I know that I told everybody that was going to be my first video back, but this guy really had to take first place.